This video walks you through iWar's Lab 1 Tutorial 2, Fire Team Movement Along Path. So we open the new terrain, and once we do that, we have the McKenna Mount site reappear. This tutorial will have us put a fire team, move them from right over here, through the town, take a turn, and move them down this street right here. So the first thing we're going to do is add agent and set unit formation. So I go over to add unit or agent, blue agent, unit, fire team. And you can see that they appear right in the center of my map. And they're kind of jumbled into the buildings and all that. While we have the information loaded in this pane, we're going to switch them over to being into urban close assault formation. For the time being, I'm going to leave them in that location. As I move on to step 3, create a linear feature. So I'm going to create my linear feature in the battle overlay pane by add overlay, add path, and I'm going to call this path fire team path. Now I'm going to hold down Control and click to create the vertices of my path. So I'm just going to have 4 vertices, pretty straightforward. And I now have my path defined. So right now, my fire team is down here, and I need to move them up north. So there's a couple of different ways to do it, but the way I like to do it is I click on one member, normally the fire team leader, and I hit Control and click where I want them to be. So I hit Control and click. So the problem is that you can see from the arrows that they're facing upwards. So I'm going to click again on one of them, hold down Shift, and click on where I want them to be facing. And I'm just going to adjust them slightly so that the start is centered with their formation. Alright, so I think we're ready to go to Mission Builder now. So I'm going to go into Mission Builder, create a new mission, and I'm going to call it Formation Movement. And click over here in Template Library, scroll down to Movement, Move Along Path Formation. I'm going to click and drag it over to the gridded portion of the screen. And you can see a new activity pops up, Move Along Path Formation. You can see that's red, which means it needs some information, set path. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to look in the properties. So currently, movement type is move to waypoint, which would just have the fire team move to one specific point. I'm going to change that to move along path. And I'm going to set the path to be fire team path. Alright, this is looking pretty good, but we also have to assign this mission. So I'm going to click on Formation Movement and assign it to Fire Team 1. And I'm going to hit Save Scenario. I'm going to call this Tutorial 2. And I'm going to close Mission Builder. You can also assign the mission individually for each member over here under Behaviors by clicking on Member and assigning it there as well. Alright, so it looks like everything's good to go, so let's go ahead and play it and see what happens. Hit play. Alright, they're moving. They're in formation. I'm going to speed it up slightly. They turn. Ooh. So you can see right there that because I have my path going a little bit too far that direction, one of my folks, my riflemen, got stuck on that edge. So I'm going to move this slightly up. Move this slightly up. And let's see, that should resolve that issue. So I'm going to hit play again. I'm going to speed it up to 800. And that issue is resolved. So just as a cool note again, we're going to go to First Person Observe, and we're going to see what the fire team's leader is seeing as they move through this mission. So you can see a fire hydrant moving into this town. He just saw his buddy. And they're moving. So that wraps up tutorial 2.